Hello folks, this is Sula speaking. You're listening to another video for Teamfight Tactics. This is taken from one of my rare ranked games. It is no longer a placement game, but it's still pretty early on in terms of where I am on the ladder. And in this game, we're going to be seeing something that doesn't really get played here in set 13, and that is a 4 sniper team composition. Going to be playing more heavily into the sniper trait. Now, it turns out that this initial encounter is a powder 1, which generally means that you just kind of get a loot drop after the stage 3 carousel. Sometimes it does 10 damage to everybody, which is pretty funny, but usually you just get some kind of loot drop from having powder as the encounter. Now, I did want to say just a little bit about this ranked game. So I think this is officially with me in silver, and I think you saw either bronze borders for some of these players or no borders on other ones. This might sound like it's kind of a joke game, but I mean, it is an easier game than a lot of the ones that we do in like our terms of our double up mode. But that said, it's not quite as much of a joke as it might sound like. These are mostly people playing on Smurf accounts, and when I checked a bunch of them after the game, almost everyone in this game had been in at least platinum in a previous season, and there were a couple people. I think it was like half the lobby were emerald players, and I think two of them were diamond players. So it's like, okay, this is still, you know, not the hardest game, but it's not really a silver game, just to be clear. It's a little bit tougher than that, but still probably a little bit easier than some of the ones I've done in the past. All right, now so far, I haven't gotten all that much. I have a couple pairs here, but nothing that really stands out. Not a lot of synergy. I have like part of a Rebel opener. I guess with the Akali, I could look to play Rebel, but Akali's not a very good unit. And I have like part of a Bruiser opener here. It's like pieces of different comps, but no actual comp has started out yet. So I'm still trying to get direction. I'm just trying to buy as many things as I can and try to look to go from there. At this point, I was thinking that I was probably going to do like Black Rose because I had the early Cassiopeia and Vladimir. But first, let's get a look at our initial augment here. It is silver. It's a relatively low power level here at the start of the game. I didn't really like any of these initial ones. And then I do see this branching out, gain a random emblem and a reforger. I was like, okay, let's just play around whatever random emblem we get. And boom, look at this. It's going to be a sniper emblem. I was like, oh, sniper emblem. Okay. Now I do get a reforger, so I could try to just take another pass on that. But I actually have 2 Stebs and 2 Maddies here. And when I see that, I'm like, you know, I think I can actually make use of this. I just need to sell like my entire board that I had earlier. Let's make sure that we get the Maddie on the board. This is a 2-item start, so I actually have quite a bit of gold here. I'm almost up to 10 gold, even with just the, even with me leveling to level 4. I was like, all right, let's go ahead. We can do this. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put the sniper emblem on Steb. I do have the items for a last whisper, and I'm content to go ahead and make that. So this actually gives me 3 bruiser, 2 enforcer, and then 2 sniper because I have the sniper emblem on Steb of all people, which is kind of silly. But I'll go ahead and put it on him because, you know, he's got enforcer trait in there, so like why not? And it also gives him some additional health. Although it is kind of hilarious watching Steb hit people that are like multiple tiles away. And then I'm going to do my best to just make use of this sniper emblem going forward. I have to think about how I want to build this comp. By the way, I could sell a Steb or a Maddie to get to 10 gold, but I kind of want both these units, and boom, I'm rewarded for not selling them as I hit both of them on the next turn. That's a huge spike for my board. Now I have Steb 2-star, Maddie 2-star, and I have this 3 bruiser, 2 enforcer, 2 sniper. So a lot of people would say you should sell one of those units to get to 10 gold. And you know, it does make sense to do that because early game income is really important. But like 2-starring those units just meant such a big deal in terms of getting my in terms of making my board stronger. So I'm really glad I did not sell them because I think I can actually win streak off of having 2-star Steb, 2-star Maddie here. So that, I mean, that was obviously lucky, but you know, sometimes it is a game that has randomness in it, and you know, sometimes you got to play around the randomness. And this was a case where me not trying to get to the next income breakpoint actually worked out in a big way because I think I'm reasonably strong here. Like this person also has a 2-star Maddie, but their front line's a lot weaker. They've taken spoils of war, but you gotta kill units to get values from spoils of war, and they didn't kill any units. So yeah. Now, in terms of that emblem, as I said, I got a sniper emblem here. Now, for the moment, the main thing it's letting me do is it's letting me play sniper trait without having any other snipers on the board, which is kind of nice. It's also giving, I believe that it's because it's a generic emblem, I believe it gives an additional 150 health to Steb, so like that's not bad. The other thing that it does is, in addition to granting sniper trait, it adds +2 range to whoever holds it, which is really kind of interesting. It's apparently a really, really good item on some units like Mordekaiser, because his biggest weakness is that he has to be like right next to people to hit them. And I think it's pretty good on Nocturne, because you can like put this on Nocturne and then play with Cogmal and like play into vertical automata. And like that is one potential approach, but like I'm just not set up to play that. I don't really have any automata units. I don't have any Nocturnes. I don't have any Cogmals here. So I am going to go in a different direction. And I am going to look to play, as I said at the top of the video, I'm going to look to play 4 snipers. But I think it's going to take a while for me to get them in there. But the long-term plan is, I was like, okay, how do I do this? How do I do this? What can I do with the +1 sniper? I was like, you know what I think I can do? I think I can just play the normal Enforcer's team comp that's very strong in this patch. Enforcer's got overbuffed a little bit. I can play the normal Enforcer's team comp, which plays Maddie and Caitlyn in the back row as snipers. I can play Twitch on the board as well. And then I can add another, and then I can put the sniper on emblem, and that gets me to 4 snipers. So it's going to be an Enforcer board, like, plus Twitch. And that means I'm going to be looking to play 6 Enforcer and not 8, unless I can get a bunch of emblems. But I'm pretty content with that. It's one of those things that's kind of funny. Like, you have, when you play an Enforcer's board, typically you do not play Twitch, even though you would think Twitch would be like a natural fit on this board. Caitlyn is a 5-cost sniper, Twitch is a 4-cost sniper. So like you would naturally think, well, why wouldn't you play the two of them together? But that's because Enforcer has the internal sniper synergy. You already have Maddie, who's Enforcer plus Sniper, and you also have Caitlyn, who's Enforcer plus Sniper. So there's really no reason to play both of them together, because if you put Twitch on the board, that just gets you to 3 Sniper, and like adding Twitch to the board doesn't do anything. So it's frustrating to have that, and like you don't want to cut Maddie because you want her to get on the board for get another Enforcer in there. So it's like always frustrating that like when I play these Enforcer comps, I feel like I should have Twitch on the board, but like I can't get him on the board because otherwise you'd have to play Twitch and like Cogmal, and then like that's just too many slots being taken up by snipers. So with the +1 sniper emblem though, I think I can make it work. I can turn one of the other Enforcers into a sniper, and like TF is kind of an obvious one to do because TF's another backline champion. So if I can hit another TF, I can put the sniper emblem on him, and then I just basically have 6 Enforcers plus Twitch for 4 snipers, and I think that'll be pretty strong. I was also able to grab some sets there, and set takes me up to 4 bruisers. So for the time being, like I could be looking to play either bruisers or Enforcers here. The more standard way of playing this board would be you get like either a +1 emblem for Enforcer trait to play 4 Enforcers early, and you're playing around like an early Loris or something. But because I haven't seen early Loris, I'm playing these bruisers instead. And I think that that makes a lot of sense here, because bruisers are always good in the early game. With 2-star Steb and 2-star Maddie with 4 bruiser in, I have an awful lot of health up there on the front line. And then Maddie does enough damage to kill things because, again, she has sniper trait in without having to use up a slot on another sniper. For that matter, here is the sniper trait, just out of curiosity. This one's been around in a bunch of TFT sets, so a lot of people might be familiar with this, but just as a reminder, snipers deal more damage to targets that are further away. So the further away the target is, the more damage snipers do. They're very bad if somebody gets up in their face, which is what you'd expect for a sniper. By the way, here's another person playing 2-star Maddie, but they're going the scrap route. I actually thought this was probably the strongest board in the lobby at the time that I hit them, but it looks like my board is still strong enough. Okay, snipers deal more damage to targets further away. Sniper 2, it's 7% damage per hex. Now, that doesn't sound like a whole lot. It's like 7% extra damage. Like, doesn't sound like it does that much. But like if Maddie's shooting at a target on the other side of the board, they're like, I don't know, like 8 hexes away. 8 times 7, that's what, 54? 8 times 7, did I do that math right? I think that's right. Something like that. So, you know, it's like 50% additional damage if they're hitting something on the other side of the board. And then at Sniper 4, that goes up to 18% damage per hex. So again, if you're hitting something on the other side of the board, you're getting an awful lot of damage. You're getting like double damage or more if you can get up to Sniper 4. But as I said, Sniper 4 has just not really been played in this set because there's not really been a good way to get up to the 4 snipers. So I'm really hoping that the having the emblem is going to allow me to get up to play a trait that I typically do not play, and go from there. By the way, I get a sword and it's here. I really should wait to see what other items drop, but I just go ahead and slam the Shojin immediately because it's a really good item on Kate, and it's actually a good item on Maddie as well. One of her biggest weaknesses is she has very high mana cost, and by making the Shojin immediately, that means that she's going to get more ults off, and then she can use her that sniper ability. By the way, there is a Cogmaw here, so if I can get, I could in fact actually play the Cog and the Zeri here for 4 snipers. I should have thought about doing that, but I was reluctant here I wanted to level to 6 because I wanted to keep my win streak going, and I didn't want to drop below 30 income here, so that's why I didn't pick up the Cog or the Zeri. I did not want to drop down to 24 income here. So instead I'm going to put in the Ziggs. He actually gives me scrap trait, and then I put this leftover vest on the Trundle because Trundle will now roll a scrap item with that. We'll see if it's anything useful. What does he end up rolling? Okay, he rolled Edge of Night, which is not that useful, but he gets a small shield, he gets a useful, semi-useful item, and I keep the 4 bruisers in. So I could play the 4 snipers here, but I'd have to drop down below 4 bruisers to make it work, and I don't want to do that. So I think even though I'm passing up the Cog and the Zeri, neither one of them is going to be on my final board. So I'm going to pass these up. I'm going to stick with the 2 snipers for right now. Continue playing more frontline because I do think more frontline is a little bit better here in this situation. By the way, can this Maddie kill everything? Nope. Looks like Lux with the Archangel Staff is going to win that round. So my win streak continues. And what can we get here for our next augment? It's another silver one, so double silver ones. Out of the options here, I didn't want Pandora's Bench. I opt to take the training dummy. It's going to give me a little more frontline for now, and then when it dies, I get a support item. The only other one I thought about was Placebo, which gives you 15 gold and 1% attack speed for your team. So the 1% attack speed is basically irrelevant, but I could have just taken it for 15 gold. I didn't think that would be bad because I really do need to rush quickly to level 8 and then to level 9. But I thought that I didn't need to go that route because I feel like my board's pretty strong already. I'm kind of win streaking here. I'm pretty wealthy because I've been win streaking the whole game. I think I can still get to fast level 8 in this game, and this actually makes my board stronger. The target dummy gives me a little more front line, and then it's going to give me a support item later on. So if I think I can keep win streaking and maintain a high income, then I think it's better to get something that actually helps my board as opposed to just 15 gold that accelerates me and, would make a big deal. I would get to level 8 faster, but I think I can still get there plenty fast enough with the setup here. I'm just stronger than most of these boards. Oh, look at that. Cassiopeia's left on literally 1% HP, but I think I still got this fight regardless. Making the early Sunfire Cape definitely helps as well. Sunfire Cape's not great for the late game, but it's very good in the early mid game. So I'm quite content to make that here at the beginning of stage 3. That's going to have some good value. Has some good synergy with Bruiser trait, a little bit of extra health, a little bit of extra armor, and also has that healing reduction for enemies units that stand near it. So just kind of cruising here right now. Now there's another sniper, a cog that pops up here, and I will pick up this Cogmaw. The reason for that being, if I could, for number one, it doesn't drop me below 30 gold, so that's or below 50 gold, excuse me. So I'm still maintaining as much income as I can get here. But the other reason is now if I would see a Zeri, what I would do is I would level to level level to level 7, and then I would take out the Ziggs, and then I would play the extra snipers and get up to 4 snipers that way. So I actually would like to do that on level 7. The alternative is if I can find another Enforcer unit, I can take out the Ziggs, and then I can play that Camille that I found earlier, plus another Enforcer and get up to 4 Enforcers, because I'm kind of playing through the Steb and the Maddie right now, so getting them up to a higher tier would be pretty nice. One fun thing about Maddie is she is really good at sniping backline units. Now, in this fight, there wasn't really anything too key in the backline, but her first ult just immediately took out the Zyra, and now she takes out the Urgot over there as well. So there was a very tanky Nunu in the front lines there, but Maddie can just kind of shoot beyond that. And this board just doesn't really have any damage, unfortunately. I mean, they got a lot of money. They're more wealthy than me, but they're on 50 something HP. So I would not want to be in their shoes. I'm not really sure what they're doing over there. This might be one of those boards that's just not really having it in this game. All right, so some different stuff here. Number one thing I would want to get is the Twitch, although I doubt I will get a Twitch with last pick. And indeed, Twitch gets snapped up right away, so that's not great. I wouldn't mind the Loris either, because Loris will give me a sword, which wouldn't be bad. I am trying to make items that build out of swords and bows here. So the Loris wouldn't be bad. I was looking at that, but then the Loris gets snapped up as well. So I was like, okay. Well, they got taken, but you know what? There's actually still something that's quite good here. There's a Vi, and I'm quite content to take Vi. So remember how I picked up the Cogmaw before? I was saying, maybe I can play Zeri Cog for 4 snipers. That did not happen. I got an early Vi, so you know what we'll do? We'll just play the Vi instead. So I'm on full win streak, so I want to maintain win streak. I'm going to go ahead and level. I will put in the Vi. I will put in the Camille. And now now I'm not playing Scrap trait. So because I'm not playing Scrap, I don't really need the Trundle anymore. Also, we just had the we also just got the powder event, so we got 4 whole items here. I was like, oh, okay. Well, let's put the Rennie on the board. We'll substitute Rennie for Trundle. Now I'm going to go ahead and make Infinity Edge here. It's a very good item on Kate. It's a very good item on Twitch. And then I have leftover parts for some more items. I was like, all right, well, let's go ahead. We'll do Gargoyle Stone Plate. That always has some value. And then I have the leftover items for a Redemption. Let's do that as well. Let's just make use of all this stuff that we got. So I now have very good Maddie items, like Infinity Edge, Last Whisperer, Shojin. These are just about best in slot Maddie items, or close to it. And then I also now was able to pump up my front line. I've got the Gargoyle Stone Plate plus the Sunfire Cape, and then I have Redemption providing some additional healing as well on a secondary tank. Plus, I now have Vi on the board as well, and now I'm going to look to try to itemize Vi. So I already have items that would be really good on Caitlyn. I think these items are just about as good as you can get on Kate. Maybe Last Whisperer on somebody else. And look, then another Vi pops up as well. So I have a Vi pair here on 3-6. And that's looking pretty strong. So this game's going really well. Obviously, I've been getting some good luck. But, like, by the same token, I haven't just, like, hit everything for an Enforcer's comp. I still haven't seen one Twisted Fate or one Loris. I've only seen one Camille thus far. So it's not like I'm drowning in Enforcers. I'm just kind of playing around what I'm hitting. And, by the way, apparently these other boards are taking a lot of Lorises out of the pool. Someone's playing an Ambusher's comp and has a 2-star Loris on the board. I'm like, what the heck are you doing? Doesn't Ambushers play into, like, Watcher because you want to play Echo on an Ambusher's comp and you want to pair him with Scar? Why are you taking Lorises out of the pool in your Ambusher's comp? So I don't quite understand that decision. But anyway, the Lorises were not popping up, and TFs were not popping up either, which is a bit disappointing because I would have liked to have moved the Sniper emblem over to a TF by now. I definitely would have done that if I'd been able to find a TF. But anyway, TF's not there, and I'm just going to continue playing through what I've got. Maddie does 6,000 damage, and I've been able to maintain win streak all the way through stages 2 and 3. You can't guarantee that every game, but it's certainly nice when it happens. And this is like the other player I'm watching. They're building a Sentinel board. They were the one who Sentinel Academy board, and they went ahead and made an early Archangel staff on Lux. And then, oh, that is why it's good to be level 7. We find Twitch. All right, let's go. I also get my Silver Augment, that was that training dummy pops, and it turns into Aegis of the Legion, which is not bad. It's not quite what I would have picked, but I don't think it's that bad. It provides an R that grants a small amount of armor and magic resistance and a little bit of attack speed to anyone who stands next to it. So I will just dump that on one of these other units in a minute here. So not bad, not bad. A decent item. And we're going to go ahead and get some more loot drops here. We're actually getting quite a bit of loot here in this lobby. I guess I'll hold the Rennie for the moment because I am playing her. All right, so we definitely want to get Twitch on the board right now. So I was like, all right, you know, it doesn't cost that much to level. So I think I just want to level and put Twitch on the board. And I want to start moving some items to Twitch. So I actually got the items for a perfect Rage Blade. So I'll go ahead and do that. And now I can just move some of these other items off Maddie. Let's put the Infinity Edge Last Whisper on Twitch. I'm going to keep the Shojin on Maddie because Shojin's not a good item on Twitch, although it is a good item on Maddie. And then we definitely want to put this Aegis of the Legion on somebody. I'm going to go ahead and move the Sniper Emblem. I'm going to move over to the Vi because I don't really have another good user for that yet. And I'll put my tank items over there on Loris. Or not on Loris, on Steb, because I don't have a Loris yet. So I will need to move these off Steb eventually, but for right now, that should be pretty good. And now I get the hilarity of Vi, who has 3 range, punching people from multiple tiles away. But I didn't have a TF yet, and I thought it would be, if I was going to use the remover, I might as well put it on somebody. And you know what? Vi is actually not the worst user of this either. I mean, it's kind of funny, but it allows her to punch people in more safety than she normally has. So, we got to put it on somebody. Vi seems as good of a choice as just about anybody. I think TF would have been better, but Vi's not bad overall here. All right, now it's time for our last augment, and I see this right away. Little Buddies, your 4 and 5 cost champions gain 65 health and 7% attack speed for every 1 cost and 2 cost champion on your board. So this is a good augment when you're playing a vertical trait and you have to play some 1 and 2 cost units. So I know I'm going to be playing some 1 and 2 cost units on my board. By the way, I'm going to roll it down here. I'm going to see what I can get in terms of hitting units. All right, I'm not really seeing a whole lot yet, but then I do get this. I do get a Rumble, so that's a pretty big deal. So as soon as I see this, I was like, okay, I just need 1 Loris right now. I really need just 1 Loris on my board. I mean, I'd love to find like a Kate or another Twitch or something, but I really need just 1 Loris on my board. I do hit Vi 2-star. That's not bad. So I was like, all right, I got to get this unit on the board, but I need a Loris to pair with it. Can I find there's one Loris here? And finally one pops in. So again, the reason why Loris is so important is he allows me to get Sentinel trait in with Rumble, and he also gets me up to the 5 Enforcer. So I really need another Enforcer now if I want to get up to the 6 Enforcer. Because you can see like what my board is missing. I have 5 Enforcer, 3 Sniper. It's like, yeah, if I had Caitlyn, she'd give me 6 Enforcer, 4 Sniper. So I need Kate very badly on this board. She is the unit that I'm missing right now. But I hit 2-star Vi, and I hit an early Rumble, which is really nice. So even though I didn't hit the Caitlyn, I hit some very valuable pieces here. Now what I'm looking for is some way to get a good item on Vi. I would really like to get Bloodthirster on her. I would love to get like a Titan's Resolve on her. I guess I could do Quicksilver Sash, although there's a lot less need for Quicksilver Sash because she has the Sniper emblem. She's not going to get CC'd as much as normal. So I'm like pretty close here, but I'm not quite yet. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm not that far off. I want to move out of the set long term as well. If I could find TF, I would sell the set and play him, but I cannot seem to find TF in this lobby for whatever reason. He's just not showing up right now. But yeah, overall, that was like, I'd say a pretty good roll down. About the only thing that would have made it better is if I hit one more Twitch, or if I'd hit a Caitlyn. Hitting a Caitlyn would have been really quite valuable as well. But I still haven't lost a round yet, and the question is, when do I want to make the push to level 9? I think I'm pretty close to being there, but I'm not quite there yet, if that makes sense. I think I'm not quite there. Like if I could hit Twitch 2-star, I think I'd be content to go to level 9, but I think I'm going to roll a little bit more gold just because I would like to keep this win streak going if possible. I have won 13 rounds in a row, so I still have not even lost a round yet, and I'm just kind of hanging in there. And like I said, just going to try to evaluate when I want to make the push to level 9. By the way, some of these other boards have so many items unused on their benches. I know we've gotten more items than normal because we got the powder in this game, but yeah. Definitely want to make use of your items. It's pretty important to do so. All right, there's a Caitlyn on this carousel. Will I get this Caitlyn? Almost certainly not. Almost certainly not. I mean, I would love this, but the odds of it being there for last pick are pretty small. So I'm going to have to do something else here. I'm actually looking more for offensive items. I would not mind getting something that can go on Caitlyn, in addition to something that can go on Vi. So I go ahead and take the bow. Could be used on Kate, could also be used on Vi. Kate doesn't use bows amazingly well, but then I get this. Oh, hello. I get a Savika. I was like, I was not planning on playing Savika, but I get an early Savika. So we'll just take Camille off the board for right now. And I have too many of these cloaks. Let's go ahead and reforge it. And okay, I got a sword. Let's go. I'll go ahead and make the Bloodthirster. So I did not need Camille on the board for the moment. I'm going to take her off the board, but she will have to go on this board again later on. And it was about this time I realized, hey, you know what? I actually don't want to play TF in this game. I actually want to play the Camille over the TF. And the reason for that is I took Little Buddies. Remember? I took Little Buddies as my final gold augment. And that means my 4 and 5 cost units get extra health and extra attack speed for every 1 and 2 cost unit. Camille actually will give that benefit from Little Buddies, but the TF would not. So if I'm just going to play either one as a trait bot, Camille's actually more useful to me. By the way, that team had a 3-star Nunu that was very tanky, but they just had no damage at all. So I'm actually going to knock them out, and they go out of the game before even reaching the anomaly round, which is kind of sad. But now I think I'm in pretty good shape here overall by hitting the 2-star Vi and getting the Savika. All right, and then I see this strength training gain 20% attack damage every 3 times they attack. Your team gains 4% attack damage. I was like, okay, well, you know who gets a lot of attacks? Yeah, Twitch. Twitch with a Rage Blade. He gets an awful lot of attacks off. So let's just put that on Twitch. I don't need to re-roll at all here. I just want to get to level 9 as quickly as possible so I can find Caitlyn. This is fine. My team is heavily AD focused. We really do no magic damage at all. I guess Rumble does a little bit. So he's just going to give the entire team additional AD over and over and over again. And that's not bad because he's going to pump up Caitlyn. He's going to pump up Vi. Like, Twitch is kind of the main carry for the moment. But I think long-term, Kate turns into the main carry. Kate and maybe Vi, maybe Savika. And they all do AD. They all do physical damage. So that's a really useful augment here. And, like, what's the point of rolling additional gold? I don't want to roll, like, 15 gold trying to find something that might be marginally better. I need to get to level 9 as quickly as possible so I can get Kate. Kate is the missing piece that will make this entire team come together. All right, now I would really like to win this next round, because if I can win this, I can carry my 14 match winning streak into the minion stage. The problem is a lot of these other boards have rolled down because, you know, they're kind of dying. Half the lobby's on 20 HP. 2 people are already out of the lobby. So a lot of people have rolled down pretty aggressively. And I do expect my board to lose. I kind of thought my board would lose some of these earlier rounds, but so far I've been winning. This time, though, I come up against an ambusher's board, and this person's playing Echo, and it looks like Echo is able to get on top of Twitch. So looks like this is finally the round where the win streak's going to come to an end. No Mr. 100 for me. That Echo just is a little bit too strong. They have 2-star Echo. They also have a ton of Lorises on the board. They actually have 6 Lorises over there. Like, what are you doing? You have a Firelight Ambusher comp. Why do you have 6 Lorises on your board? What the heck is happening here? But yeah, maybe I guess that's why I can't hit Loris in this game, because that person's taking all the Lorises out of the pool so far. All right, now here I was thinking about what I was going to do in terms of my transition. And yeah, you can see, yeah, they have 6 Lorises. Or no, they have a 2-star, not 6, they have a 2-star Loris on their board that they're not playing. Like, what are they doing? I thought for a minute they had Pandora's Bench, but no, they have Pandora's items, not Pandora's Bench. So I have no clue why that 2-star Loris is just sitting on the bench there. It doesn't make any sense at all. Okay, so I was trying to think about what I wanted to do with my board. When you're trying to do like a transition at level 9, it helps if you can think about it ahead of time to some extent. So I was trying to figure out what the heck I could be doing. I do have one more anvil to pull, so we'll get to that in just a second here. So what do I want to get? Well, I want to get 6 Enforcer in, and I want to get Caitlyn in. By the way, here I'm trying to figure out what I can do. I was like, oh, cool, Titans. Awesome. I've got the pieces for Titans. We'll do that. And then that leaves me with an Adaptive Helm. So I was like, all right, you know what? The best person to put this on is Rumble. Let's get Rumble some items. There we go. But like I said, oh, and I'll move the Redemption over to Rumble as well for the time being. Okay, so as I said, I want to think about this transition. So what units do I need? Well, number 1, Caitlyn goes on the board at level 9. She gives me 4 snipers, and she'll get me to 5 enforcers. And then I need to get Camille on the board to get up to 6 enforcers, which is a really big spike. To go from 6 enforcers to 4 is a very big spike. So I have to take a unit off the board, and the obvious unit to take off the board is Set. Set has been providing Bruiser trait, and been a really helpful unit to have on my board all this time. By the way, thanks to Vika for that additional gold cash out. She gave me 3 more gold from using her ability. So Set's been great thus far, but I'm going to be moving out of Steb as my main tank. Honestly, I would have liked to have done that long ago, but Loris has been missing in action this whole game because so many people have been taking Lorises out of the pool. So I do want to move my tank items over to Rumble and Loris long term. So I will take out the Set, and that'll open up a slot for Camille to go on here, and then I'll have to shift the tank items around. So that's the plan. Set out, Kate in, Camille in. Of course, I will have to find at least one Kate, but no one is playing Kate on this lobby. I've looked around, no one is playing her, and I'll have like 50 gold to roll on level 9. I really only need to find one Caitlyn. More would be better, but finding one should be sufficient. So hopefully I will not egregiously low roll, and I'll be able to hit the Caitlyn. And that's when my board will start to come online. I am a little bit weak until that happens, though, because some of these other boards, as I said, have rolled down because a lot of these other players are dying in the lobby and they need to get stronger. This, I think, is the biggest competition in this game because this person with the Academy Sentinel board is also going to level 9, and they've got a Heimerdinger over there. Now, if Twitch could snipe the Heimer, I think I can win this fight. The Vi with the snipers is still punching people from 2 tiles away. Oh, this one's pretty close. Can we get the Heimerdinger? He's got double Archangel staffs. No, almost. But I will take a 1-unit loss at this point. As I said, I'm just trying to go to level 9. And because I hit the early Rumble, I've been able to get the Rumble upgrades at an early date. So he actually already has Flamethrower and Self-Destruct button, which are the 2 best Rumble upgrades, by the way. Like statistically, they are definitely the 2 best ones. So I'm going to keep stacking them on him, and I hope by getting to level 9, I'll be able to hit 2-star Rumble as well. So I've got what, 2 units that are giving me little buddies benefit. I just have the Maddie. Oh no, I have 3 at the moment because I have Set on my board. I have Set and Steb and Maddie. So I have 3 units giving my 4 and 5 cost units the bonus. I think that gives them 20% attack speed and like 200 to 300 health, something like that. So yeah, now this board has 3-star Urgot, 3-star Trist. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to beat this board at the moment, but I do think that I can outscale this board long term. By the way, the Vi is actually doing a good bit of work over there. That Urgot does not have any CC protection. Yeah, that Urgot can be subject to crowd control, but yeah, has too much damage right now. Again, my board is about to get a lot stronger though, so let's see what I can do. I will go level 9 after this. All right, anything fun on the carousel? Well, there is actually a couple things there. I could always take another tank item, But I think that my preference is actually to take the Giant Slayer here. By the way, I'm actually second pick because enough people have died in this lobby. Because I'm really looking for Caitlyn items right now. I already have all the items on Twitch that he needs. Vi has all of her items. And then I'm going to need items for Kate. So I've got the Shojin, and then I'm going to add Giant Slayer, which is a good Kate item. And then if I could get like an Infinity Edge or a Death Blade for her last item, that would be perfect. By the way, another Savika. That's pretty nice. All right, let's roll it down here. So first we got to find something else to play on this board. By the way, there's TF, but I'm going to pass him up. I guess Jace if I can't find Kate. There's another Rumble. But there's Kate, thank goodness. Okay, Jace, I do like you, Jace, but I don't need you on this board. And then now the set comes off the board. We can get rid of the set. And I want to go ahead and roll a little bit more. Let's go ahead and move the Shojin off of Maddie and over there to the Caitlyn. There we go. And boom, 2-star Twitch. That's a huge spike for me as well. And I'll stop rolling there. Kate should also be in the center of the board so that she will get the additional attack speed from that Aegis of the Legion. I don't want to have my whole team clumped up together, but like giving Kate the additional attack speed is pretty good there. And Twitch needs to be in the corner of the board due to the way that his ult works. By the way, it looks like this fight's going to be lost, right? This is to an ambusher's board that has Firelight, but Kate's still alive, Vi's still alive, the dynamic duo is still doing their work. Can Vi get off one more ult? Oh, there she goes with her ult. And even though it looked for sure like I was going to lose this fight, Vi and Kate clutch it out. Vi 9,000 damage, Kate 8,000 damage. Wow, okay. 6 Enforcers, 4 Sniper indeed. That was with a 1-star Kate as well. Not too bad. All right, now there's a Jinx over there. All right, I do hit 2-star Savika, so I'd really like to get some items on Savika now as well. But really what I need is the, I need Kate 2-star here. Not having tremendous luck at hitting Kate, but overall, we're not that badly off. Oh, and I held the Jinx because those ambusher boards all want to play Jinx. I was hoping I could deny a Jinx to one of those ambusher boards, but I think the only one remaining in the lobby already has a Jinx on their board. So there's not really a need to hold this unit just to deny the Jinx anymore. I think I sell it here, yeah, just so I can get back to 10 gold. And then the next round's a minion round, and then we'll look to roll again after that. All right, this person has a scrap board, and this lobby has produced an awful lot of items, so scrap is actually pretty good in this lobby. They've also found a Mel as well, but it looks like we were able to win regardless. And by the way, I got a big cash out there from, I think that was Savika getting her ability off. So got quite a bit of money from that. And it looks like the Sentinel board has also managed to go level 9. Yeah, 6 Sentinel, 4 Academy over there. I think that's the other strongest board. We're actually tied on 61 HP. There's another Loris. As these people who inexplicably picked up a billion Lorises get knocked out, I should be able to find more Lorises in the lobby. All right, so what's left? We've got an Urgot board left. We have the Scrap board left. And then we have the Sentinel Academy board. And there you see, now I have moved Kate into the center because now she will get that bonus attack speed. As I said, Twitch, I would also do that, but Twitch really does need to be in the corner of the board so that his spray and pray gets the maximum benefit. But here you go. This is really the core of the board. 6 Enforcer, 4 Snipers. It feels pretty strong now. I just need to 2-star my board. If I can do that, then I think I'll be in really good shape in this lobby. And I also need to get something on Savika over there. All right, time for another one. I'm going to take... I only have 1-star Rumble, so I think I take the Tank Buster here. 2-star Rumble, I would have taken the Repairing Microbots, but he's not that tanky yet. All right, there's another Savika. I really don't need another Savika, though. All right, let's keep rolling here. Just trying to grab 5 costs there. Okay, there we go. That's the shop I wanted. I've got a Kate and a Rumble, and I guess we'll keep rolling a little bit further. By the way, I've seen a lot of Jaces in this lobby. A lot of Jaces in this lobby. Oh, there's 2-star Kate. Okay. Now, if you're wondering why am I holding the Alawi here, that Sentinel, and by the way, there's a Deathblade in there. That's a perfect last item for Kate. Kate with a Shojin plus Giant Slayer plus Deathblade. She is going to hit like an absolute truck, especially with a 6 Enforcer and 4 Sniper, and she will do so much damage. And my board is actually really good at punishing clumping, too. This enemy board's very, very clumped, and I punish clumping super hard because Kate's rockets hit the other enemy board, and Twitch's Spray and Pray will also pierce through and hit more than one target on that other board as well. Anyway, so... we're going to try to finish this up. Oh, now I can finally move some of these these items. I didn't get quite enough time to do that. So I'm going to move most of my tank items over to the Rumble because Rumble is my main tank. And then I can also look to put the other tank items on Loris. I guess I should find another Loris sooner or later. We'll put the Aegis on him and I guess the Gargoyle Stone Plate for what that's worth. And then, yeah, I kind of like how I'm positioned here. Anyway, the point about the, what's her name? The Alawi over there. The reason why I was grabbing Alawis is that other player who has the Sentinel Academy board, they did have 5 Alawis. So I was like, okay, they might be making a play for Alawi 3-star. So I'm going to grab any Alawis I see and take them out of the pool. They would end up not doing that, but it was still something I was trying to be aware of here. By the way, that's the scrap board, which again is pretty strong, but does wilt pretty quickly there. And on we go. We're almost finished with this lobby here. This is the other half of the matchup. And can they beat the scrap board? And, oh, wow. Heimer clutches it out at the absolute last second. Very nice there. I would have preferred the other side to win. All right, well, there's Loris. And, okay, I've finally 2-starred my board. I've 2-starred all of my units here. So there's really no point in rolling any further. We'll just look to go to level 10. If the game lasts that long, of course. I'll also move Twitch to the other side because his spray and pray will get a little bit better value that way. And I just want to make sure that all these units are getting all my melee units are getting the Aegis of the Legion benefit. Okay, at this point, the Sentinel player goes level 10. And they sold all their units on the bench. I was like, okay, they're not going to hit Alawi 3 at this point. I can sell that unit. And now I will look to go to level 10 as well because I have 2-starred my entire board here. But I do think that what I have is quite strong. Like I have 3 units for Little Buddy's value. And then in addition to that, I have 2-star Twitch, who's a 4 cost, 2-star Vi, who's a 4 cost, 2-star Kate, who's a 5 cost, 2-star Savika, who's a 5 cost, and 2-star Rumble, who's a 5 cost. And they're all itemized too. Like that's one other thing that having the powder having this be a powder encounter did. It gave us all some additional item components, which can sometimes be bad because sometimes you end up with like more item components than you can actually lose. By the way, the scrap player I think just got knocked out there. Oh no, they stayed alive because they had Mel. That's right. They got the extra cast from Mel. But like anyway, sometimes you can't use all of the stuff that you have seen dropped over the course of the game. And yeah, that Academy player is going to get an Academy emblem, which is unfortunate. Not much I can do about that. But in this lobby, because I have so many 4 and 5 costs I'm playing, I've actually been able to itemize all of them. And like I just took a Thief's Glove. That's going to let me put a Thief's Glove on the Savika. So I was like, oh my goodness. I kind of have all of my key units itemized. By the way, now I will take the Repairing Microbots. I am passing up the Petrosite one. That Petrosite one is horrendously bad. Do not take that one. Always take the other option if that's the case. So I have every single upgrade other than the Petrosite one. I have 4. I believe I have 4 of the 5 upgrades right now on Rumble. So that Rumble's going to punch very, very hard. Now, granted, it's only Sentinel 2. He doesn't have Scrap Trait, blah, blah, blah. But he has almost all the upgrades, and he has a 2-star unit. So he's going to be pretty strong back there. All right, this one is a ghost round. I'm up against the scrap board. They were able to survive another round because they had the Mel, but I don't think they're going to be able to survive. Now, they're going to survive this because this is a ghost round, but I do think that the Sentinel player is stronger because that Sentinel player is level 10. All right, they get the Victor ult off, but does that do anything? Well, a little. It did CC me for a couple seconds, but it's not enough. And what's going on over there? Who's going to win this round? Their Mel got their cast off, but I think the Heimer with the double Archangels wins this. And not just because I played in this game and I've already seen what happens before. Oh, nope, never mind. Guess I was wrong. Heimer was not sufficient to win that one. Aha, double Archangel's not quite enough. So anyway, I would be able to go to level 10 after the minion rounds here. But so I'm actually going to pick up the Jace because I could technically play Jace on level 10 if I can get there. I think my preferred unit, though, is Jinx. If I can find a Jinx, I could play Jinx on level 10. I could pop the Sniper emblem off Vi. I could make Sniper Jinx, and she would even pick up Ambusher trait with the Camille, which would be just amazing. So I think that Jinx is my preferred unit here. But, of course, I can't play that unit until I actually get to level 10. So, all right. I am up against the scrap board. I'm pretty sure I win this round. Their comp has not really gotten much stronger. They've been at level 8 for some time. That Victor is back there, but Victor not as strong now as he used to be before some of the nerfs. And, oh, we actually kill Victor before he even gets his ult off. So, okay, that was an absolute massacre. And then it looks like my Ghost is going to take out the other board. Boom. Okay. Well, that's it. We did not have to go to stage 7. No level 10 for me in this game, but yeah, pretty smoothly here. I actually won every single round once I hit level 9 and was able to put Caitlyn on my board. So, like I said, this was a really fun game. I got to play a trait setup that I rarely get to play. The 4 snipers, like this is an expensive board, hard to put together, but when I hit, I really did hit and it worked. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed this one. Until next time, take care, folks, and I'll see you again soon.